Welcome back to Cosmeholics Anonymous. I am your favorite girl, Bo Vintage, and today's video is, of course, a long overdue Bad Girls Club commentary, I guess. In this episode, it starts off where it left off, which is Kiara's bitch ass mad at Sayora, and she was trying to fight Sayora because Sayora was laughing when Kiana and Susan fought. Kiara didn't like that, and so she was just being extra because she already had her problems with Sayora, so she decided that she wanted to fight her, and so they basically tried to fight. As always, security steps in, and they don't really get to, you know, have a real fight. I think I'm starting to like Sayora. She just seems like she's a little misunderstood, and yes, she did make the mistake of opening her mouth a little too early, but it is what it is. Like, I personally don't mind her. At this point, I feel like everybody in the house is whack. I don't like anybody, so Sayora is probably the only person that I'm not hating right now. So Sayora's in her bed chilling, and then out of nowhere, Susan ends up walking by her bed, and she goes, "Say nothing ass bitch." She says, "Say nothing ass bitch." And then she starts picking on Sayora. Sayora's there minding her damn business for once. And Susan decides she wants to pick on her. The house is definitely divided at this point, but I'll get into that later. Sayora kind of just brushes her off. She doesn't like feed into it too much, but Susan was just being extra for no reason. Like, if she wanted to fight Sayora, she could have fought her already, but she didn't, so move the fuck on. Like, there's no point in taunting the woman. Like, leave her alone. If she's not bothering you, don't bother her. Just stay out of each other's way and call it a day. It's your own fault for opening your mouth, so don't be mad at Sayora for telling your business. Like, bye. So DeShayla ends up expressing to Kiara, or Kiara, whatever the fuck her name is, she ends up expressing to her her relationship issues. They seem to be growing their friendship. I feel like they're gonna end up closer than Kiara and Kiana. Because right now, Kiara and Kiana are supposed to be best friends in the house, but Kiara has a problem with Kiana because of the whole Sayora drama. And because of this, Kiana now feels like she has to pick between Sayora and Kiara, and she doesn't like that, and she's really battling with it. But I'm just like, this is so immature. Like, you guys don't even know each other yet. I don't understand why you guys are having some type of turf war, like, or fighting over best friends. Like, this is so whack. Like, it's childish as fuck. I could never. Like, I'm not gonna fight with you over who you can be friends with and who you can't be friends with, especially if I just met you. Like, Kiara's treating Kiana as if they've known each other for like 10 years, and all of a sudden Kiana's switching up on her. You guys just met. What are you expecting? Why are you expecting things from strangers? Like, that's what I don't understand about Bad Girls Club. These girls are so fucking pathetic. But yeah, so Kiana basically is saying that she doesn't know what to do at this point because her two people that she's closest with in the house are at war, and she feels like she's in the middle of it. Despite the fact that at the beginning, Kiana hated Sayora and didn't want nothing to do with Sayora, but Sayora ended up growing on her, and now she is causing a problem between her and her alleged best friend in the house. I think that a lot of people in the house trust Kiara, and so Susan ends up opening up to Kiara, and she basically just like tells her, like, even people back home that know her personally don't know all the stuff that she's already shared on the show or shared with the other girls. She's like, people back home don't even know that stuff. Like, she's a really private person or whatever, and so now all her shit's kind of out in the open, not just about her husband, but about like her life struggles and stuff. And so Kiara just encourages her and just gives her some advice and just tells her to keep on doing her and being true to herself. Kiara is now annoyed with Kiana, which is whatever. She says that she's not sure if Kiana knows what exactly loyalty is. I'm sorry, but anybody that I just met today, honey, I ain't finna be loyal to them. Like, I don't owe you nothing. So I'm not quite sure why they're taking things so personal within the first week, but to each their own. So Deshayla gets a phone call from back home, or she calls her girlfriend back home, and she ends up arguing with her. Honestly, all the years I've been watching Bad Girls Club, there's another thing that I've learned from the show, other than to not share your personal shit with everybody as soon as you get into the house. It's to not have a man, child, or girlfriend, whatever. It's to be single. Don't go to Bad Girls Club if you're not single, because for some reason, every single season, somebody's having problems with their lover. Like, come on. How is that so? Like, do they purposely pick people that are thinking about breaking up with their significant other? Like, I don't understand how they always are having people with insecure boyfriends and girlfriends on the show. I don't get it. You're out there to have fun. Having fun does not entail fucking random people you just met in LA. Like, so I don't get why all of the boyfriends are always so insecure back home. Like, I don't get it. Like, why are you insecure? Why don't you trust your boyfriend or your girlfriend? What is she really gonna be doing on national television? Well, some bitches are shiesty and will embarrass these niggas, but if you don't have trust, you don't have a relationship. Point blank. All the girls except for Kiana and Sayora leave the house to get their nails done and whatnot. Seven ends up getting a Brazilian wax for the first time. When I saw that, I said, bitch, you should have watched my video, ho. You would have never have went, okay? That shit hurt like a motherfucker. And I never even, that was the salon that I went to do my eyebrows and my, like, I used to go do my eyebrows all the time, and then finally I got a Brazilian. And bitch, I ain't never been back there since. Like, I don't know why I never went back. I don't know if I'm just a little shook. But I never went back to that salon after I got my Brazilian. And I've never gotten a Brazilian since I went to Jamaica last year. It's just, I can't. Like, I do not need my pussy hairs to be getting ripped out of me. I just don't need that kind of stress in my life. So that's why I never went back. But shout out to the bitches that do it on a regular basis. Y'all special. Seven definitely regretted her Brazilian wax almost immediately. As beautiful as it looks once it's done, once they're done ripping you of your pussy hair, it just hurts so much. Like, I can't say that it's worth it. Like, the pain is just, child. So Sayora is planning a date with her ex-boyfriend. Right now, they're just friends. I don't believe in that, but it is what it is. Everybody has their, you know, what they believe and what they don't. I don't believe that exes are friends because it doesn't make sense. Like, you can't be friends with an ex. You just can't, okay? Maybe you can, but I personally couldn't. I wouldn't see why, especially not somebody that I've been intimate with. Like, I get if we've never had sex, okay, cool. But, like, I'm not down to be friends with anybody that I've had sex with. No, thank you. I'll pass. Unless there was some reason that we are getting back together. Like, if it was just, like, timing was wrong or something, I could not be friends with an ex-boyfriend. But anyway, Sayora is planning to hang out with her ex-boyfriend. He's supposed to come over to the house. She said that she was feeling really anxious about how the night was gonna go. And she was kind of nervous to bring him over because of all the drama that's been happening and the fights. She wasn't sure if she should bring him over or not because she just felt like something would pop off. In the Bad Girls Club, chances are that, yeah, something is going to pop off. Especially if everybody in the house is against you except for one person. And you have company over, child. These bitches are ruthless. They're rude. So, yeah, expect them to pop off and be extra for no fucking reason. Sayora actually ends up expressing to Kiana a little bit about her life. And they're really starting to bond, these two. You could really see that their friendship is growing and they have some sort of a genuine friendship. Sayora definitely came from nothing, humble beginnings, and I don't know, I'm enjoying listening to her story. It's a lot, but I can appreciate it because I get it, like, you know? So I don't mind that she's talking so much because she was talking about, at one point I'm like, didn't she already say that? But she has a lot and she's been through a lot, and so she's she's just telling Kiana like how her life has been since the beginning, and I think it's pretty dope that she has Kiana to listen to her, especially because they were not getting along in the beginning. But that's why you have to give people a chance. Like, you can't just jump into this and be like, I don't like this bitch, I don't like that bitch, blah, blah, blah. So I'm kind of glad Kiana has warmed up to Sayora at this point. After the salon, the girls go out for a snack, I guess. A lunch. 7 is absolutely disgusting. Crossed her right the fuck off my list when I seen this shit. Basically, because she got the Brazilian, honey, her coochie was on fire. It's not even that deep, to be honest. Like, it does, like, she was being extra, and I thought it was so disgusting. But they were at the lunch table at a restaurant in public, and she decided that she wanted to get a cup of ice to ice her coochie with. And because she wasn't wearing panties, and so she's sitting there with her legs open with the cup of ice in her, basically in her pussy, okay? Not like literally in her pussy, but like she put the cup of ice onto her vagina, and she's like taking the ice and like making it, she's trying to cool her vagina down, 1, 2, she's eating the ice out of the cup. I don't give a fuck if the ice is not touching her pussy. I don't give a fuck if it's her pussy and she's eating her own pussy. I don't give a fuck. Either way, it was disgusting and so unladylike. It was not classy, but this is a bad girls club, so why am I expecting any class? I just personally wouldn't have my legs bust the fuck open at a public lunch table icing my pussy because I just got a Brazilian wax. That is so disgusting, and I was just like, your parents should be embarrassed. If that was my daughter, I would whoop her motherfucking ass. Don't play with me. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, there's no way this girl is being this extra right now and icing her vagina at a public table. Other people have to sit on this table after. We don't know what the fuck you got in your punani. Like, girl, y'all know I was mad as hell watching that, right? I was pissed off. Anyway, 7 ends up taking a liking to the waitress. And so, I guess, I don't know if she's bi or if she's a lesbian. I'm gonna say bi. She doesn't strike me as a full-blown lesbian. And so she ends up trying to flirt with the waitress, but she did not shoot her shot. And so the waitress ended up, everybody was kind of like chiming in, and the waitress ended up writing her number down on a piece of paper and giving it to DeShayla, who is actually a lesbian. So 7 ended up in her feelings about this. She was mad as hell because she missed her opportunity. Bitch, don't sleep. The only thing that sucked about it was that DeShayla has a significant other already, so it was kind of dumb for her to take the number, but she's having relationship problems, so you know. I could tell that DeShayla is a little insecure because when she was in her confessional talking about the whole situation with the number, she was more than excited, okay, that somebody was, and I quote, actually looking at me. I was like, I've never heard anybody say that in my life, and I was just kind of shocked by it. I was just like, oh, okay. Well, I guess her self-esteem is kind of low, because what do you mean somebody's actually looking at me? I was dead. I'm like, okay, so she obviously does not find herself appealing or attractive. I was shocked by that because I remember when she was first being introduced on the show, she kind of made it seem like she could get any bitch. So why is she like saying that? Like, she doesn't feel that she's attractive. So I guess she was just fronting for the cameras because obviously she's not feeling herself as much as I thought she was. A lot of lesbians do have that cocky side where they feel like they can turn bitches out. And so that's the vibe I got from DeShayla when she first came on the show. But then now she's talking about somebody's actually looking at me. Like, she was shocked that the girl gave her her number. And I was shocked too because the girl was very tomboy looking. Much like DeShayla, I find is very tomboy looking. Not as much as her boyfriend. Her boyfriend, I can't. Not as much as her girlfriend looks tomboyish, but DeShayla definitely isn't lipsticky to me. Maybe she's supposed to be child. Maybe there's more than 2 types of lesbians. I wouldn't fucking know. But what I will say is that I would assume DeShayla to be like more of the dude of a lesbian relationship, but DeShayla's girlfriend is definitely way more butch than she is. The girl that was waitressing the table, she definitely was very tomboy, butch, like not so much butch. She was like she looked like a little surfer. Like, I don't even know, like she could pass for a boy, a pretty boy, if you know. Also, what kind of shocked me too, I was actually really surprised when the waitress gave the number to DeShayla, because I would have figured that she would like somebody a little bit prettier, like Seven, because I think Seven's kind of pretty. So I would have thought that she would have been more interested in Seven. So when she gave DeShayla the number, I was actually really surprised by that. I was like, well, damn, you cannot judge a book by its cover. Yeah, I just thought it was really interesting that she chose to give the number to DeShayla. Very, very interesting. Am I alone on that one? I really expected her to give it to Seven, but I wasn't sure. I was like, maybe she gave it to DeShayla because DeShayla was the one that was talking to her. Whatever, we'll see if DeShayla actually ends up using the number. Otherwise, it's just a complete and utter waste, and she should have just let Seven have her little moment. Well, it's pretty clear that DeShayla is not happy in her relationship at all. She probably applied for the show hoping she would get on so she could get the fuck away from her girlfriend for a little bit and figure some shit out. Usually when people come on the show, that's exactly what they're doing. So it doesn't surprise me. So DeShayla was arguing with her girlfriend on the phone, and Kiara took it upon herself, because she thinks she's HBIC, to hang up the phone on DeShayla's girlfriend. Now, I understood where she was coming from, but I still felt it was not her place. She's very rude. She's trying to be a good friend for the girl, but she does not know the full story. And personally, if I was the girlfriend, I would have been on the next flight over there to whoop some ass, because you're not going to just hang up on me. I don't know you from nowhere. I don't give a fuck if I'm arguing with my significant other. You're not, like, who are you to be hanging up the phone on? Even if we are arguing, she wasn't going to do it, so why do you think that you can do it? I just found it extremely disrespectful, because it's not like DeShayla is her best friend, you know what I mean? It's not like they've known each other for years. She literally just met her, and to be hanging up the phone on, you know, I don't know, like, I had mixed feelings about it. I really did, because I got where she was coming from. I would do the same for a friend if I felt it was necessary, but like, to me, they just met, and like, I don't think that's right that she did that. She did it very disrespectfully. I thought she was gonna like take the phone and like, you know, say like something to make her significant other think. I didn't think she was gonna like cuss out the girl's girlfriend and like hang up the phone. She basically cussed out the girlfriend, said that she's ruining the experience for DeShayla, and that it's like every day that they're arguing is fucking pointless, and this conversation's over. Like, she basically told her, summon the girl to fight. She's like, if you want to fight me, come see me. Like, and then she hung up the phone on the girl. I was like, well, damn. This is what I'm saying. I would be on the next flight, because you're just not going to disrespect me. I don't give a fuck who you are. Especially because it's not like DeShayla broke up with her boyfriend, or... Jeez. It's not like DeShayla broke up with her girlfriend before she came, and the girlfriend's calling her and arguing with her. No, that's not what's happening. And so for the mere fact that they're together, what Kiara doesn't realize is that she's making more drama in the relationship. She doesn't have to go back home to deal with that person, you know what I mean? So for her to be so disrespectful and hang up and like, you know, just cause more problems isn't solving anything for DeShayla. I get, but like I said, I get where she was coming from with that. She wasn't thinking it all the way through, because she does not have to deal. She's not going back home with DeShayla, and she's not going to be able to fight DeShayla's battles for her. And so when DeShayla does go back home, she might get an ass whooping for that disrespect. Like, come on now. So Lionel is Seora's ex-boyfriend, who's supposed to come over and hang out with Seora. And he calls and he asks for Seora. Of course, Kiara is the person that picks up the phone. And so, of course, Seora is not even going to get this message that he's calling for her. When she answers the phone and he asks for Sayora, she blatantly says that Sayora can't come to the phone. Sayora can't take any calls because she got her ass beat, and she hangs up the phone online. He called a second time because I guess he was trying to tell her that he's coming over. He was trying to get her to give a message to Sayora, but she doesn't fuck with Sayora and she wasn't even gonna let him speak. So he calls again a second time and she answers the phone and she tells him he's not gonna get to talk to her. She's not allowed to come to the phone. She got her ass whooped and he needs to stop calling. When this was happening, you guys, a level of anger that was in me, I can't even express to you guys. Like, I was actually so mad. I was like, there's no way, like, it could never be me in this house because I would have a serious problem. Like, if you guys are gonna, it's one thing if you guys are fighting with each other, but like, don't be disrespectful to people you don't even know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know who Kiara thinks she is. She has a definite complex that she needs to figure the fuck out. That shit's not gonna fly with everybody. She's very whack and immature. At this point now, Kiana really likes Sayora, and Kiara hates the fact that that's the case. She's really jealous of this. I don't even know what to say about it. It's stupid. She basically confronts Kiana about her relationship with Sayora, and she starts cussing her out, and she won't even she's one of those people that you can't argue with because she feels as though she's the only one that's right, and she's fucking crazy. I can't even deal. She is so mad that she's basically threatening to beat up everybody. She's like, the way I'm angry, I'll beat up everybody in here. I was like, oh Lord have mercy on her soul. And you know how I know everybody in the house is pussy? Because nobody said beat up who, bitch. Okay, because that would have been me in there. I'd have been like, fight who? What you mean beat up everybody in here? What did everybody do to you? Be mad at who you're mad at. Like, what are you talking about? You'll beat up everybody in here. Bitch, bye. I can't stand people like that. Like, really, what are you mad at? You're like, you would think that this bitch was her girlfriend, her literal girlfriend for 7 years, and her girlfriend's moving on with somebody else. Like, that's what you would think. Why can't she have more than one friend? Who cares if you don't like her? You guys don't know each other, and after this experience, y'all probably not even gonna be cool. So Kiana makes a point to Kiara, and she basically says, like, I don't get why you're freaking out when you basically have done the same thing with Susan. And she's trying to say it's not the same. I'm like, how is it not the same? You were not fucking with Susan at all because of whatever, and now you are. I was not fucking with Sayora, and now I am. So what is the problem? I never gave you any problems about fucking with Susan. Me and Susan fought last night. What is the issue? And so everybody's on Kiara's side, which is what's mind-blowing to me. She's definitely the ringleader. I see at this point, Francesca tries to step in and stand up for Kiana because she and Kiana do have a nice little friendship going on. And Kiara tries to shut her up. Fran knows to not even bother, basically, but I just felt bad for her because I'm like, she's just trying to defuse the damn situation, and y'all just some disrespectful ass bitches. Like, come on. Fran, though, is a ticking time bomb, and Fran will probably end up turning up one of these days, and I hope to God that Fran has some hands and she could whoop somebody ass. I really do. That is what I'm hoping for. I'm Team Fran, honey. Yes. I like Fran. So, at this point, the house is divided AF. It's not even a question. It's Fran, Sayora, Kiana against Kiara, Susan, Seven, and Deshayla. I don't know why every single season it happens like this, but it does. It's always split down the middle. There's usually one or two neutral people, but the neutral people always do end up leaning more towards one side than the other, and it's usually the side of the bullies, which is obviously the group of four. Lionel is on his way over to the house for Sayora. Kiara is mad fucking annoying, basically screaming at the top of her damn lungs at Kiana about Sayora. She's so pressed. Like, I don't know why these girls are so mad. Like, what grown woman is mad at another grown woman for having a friend? Does that sound like some logical shit to you? Because it doesn't sound logical to me. Sounds real fucking stupid if you ask me. Like, if you just met, then there's no need to be doing all the extra. While this is happening, while she's like yelling at Kiana about Sayora, Seven tries to chime in and make the situation like a beef tank between her and Kiana. And I can tell she's just doing this because she wants to fight with this girl. She's been saying in her confessionals how her and big girls don't get along back home. She's always fighting the big girls. She is purposely antagonizing this girl so that they can square up. Like, I don't know what she feels she has to prove. I don't know if she used to be a big girl or what. And she's trying to, like, this is revenge of the, like, I don't know what the fuck her problem is, but she wants to have a problem with Kiana. Kiana's not trying to have a problem with Seven. And I see that very clearly. I hope everybody can fucking see that. Seven is pushing this. I don't know if the producers are telling her to do this. Make sure you fight with Kiana. Make sure you fight with Kiana. But that is exactly what she's trying to do. She's trying to be disrespectful. She's trying to say things to press her buttons. She wants to fight her. And I don't understand why. It kind of came out of nowhere. If you guys have opposing opinions and you guys are bumping heads a little bit, they have not had a serious issue for her to want to fight this girl so badly. That's how I know she's insecure. Like, what is she insecure about? I don't get it. I don't know. But she's picking on this girl for no fucking reason. As far as I'm concerned, the fight or the argument here only involves two people. Kiara and Kiana. Both of them are doing the same thing. One is friends with Susan, one is friends with Sayora. They're both friends with people that the opposite person does not like. And so I don't get why in Kiara's head she thinks that it's not the same thing. She said that it's not the same. She's like, and that's how I know you could never be my bitch because you think that's the same thing and it's not. Like, I'm just like, you're fucking dumb. It's the same fucking thing. Stop it. Like, just stop. Ugh. You guys. Anyway, Lionel has arrived. I was kind of anxious to see what this nigga was gonna look like. He doesn't look how I expected him to look. You know what I mean? Like, I thought that he was gonna look worse. You know? I'm not attracted to him, but like, he could pass. Like, he's not ugly, is what I'm trying to say. He's okay. You know? But he cool. I like him. Kiara is being rude to Lionel for no apparent reason. And they all go on the rooftop and Kiara just was about to have a drink. There was no cups or something like that. And so Lionel's like how he brought cups downstairs. And she was just like how she basically decided not to drink because Lionel brought the liquor and Lionel brought the cup. She damn well knew she wanted a fucking drink and she was just being extra because she has a point to prove that she's the fucking toughest bitch. Like, she's so corny. I can't even believe that. But yeah, she refused to have a drink because he brought it and she's like, she'll get something else to drink. Bitch, they had nothing else to drink but water. Stop this. She's so whack. I can't stand her, I swear. Anyway, Kiara ends up apologizing to Kiana after cussing her out this entire day. And Kiana is quick to accept it, which I don't agree with at all. Bitch, she would have been dead to me. Like, you're not gonna try to cuss me out, disrespect me. And I think that Kiana may feel like she wants to be accepted more. And so that is why she's fighting so hard. She didn't really argue back with Kiara earlier in the day. Like, she was letting Kiara speak her mind. And she wasn't really arguing with her. She was just like, Key, like, why are you being like that? Like, blah, 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 that kind of thing. Whereas if Kiara was coming at me out her fucking neck like that, like, I would not be talking to her. One, we would have had to fight and then it would have just been done. Like, that's just what it would have to be because I'm not going to take the disrespect. Like, she's so fucking rude. I don't know why she feels as though she could be so rude. Like, why you gotta be so rude? I don't understand. She's so rude. I just could not deal. Like, I wouldn't be quick to accept her apology. I would have been like, I'm not accepting your apology. Me and you don't have to talk. We're good. Like, it's done. We're not friends. Point blank. Like, I just met her. She already turned on me over doing the same thing that she's doing. Why am I going to accept her apology? I don't understand. No. Bye, Kiana and Kiara. You guys are both fucking dumb. I feel as though Lionel's a nice guy. He's pretty nice guy. I like him. He's cool. Like, he should be on Bad Girls Club. I like him. So the other girls end up going out to a burlesque show. Lots of titties. That's going on there. When the girls get back from the burlesque show, Kiara decides she wants to pick a fight with Sayora. Child, I don't know what her deal is, man. I don't know what it is, but she's just not going to let up on this Sayora beef, at least not for now. She comes in from the burlesque show and is downstairs yelling that Lionel needs to go. That guests should no longer be at the house. Let me say this, she's really drunk. That's not an excuse for her. I'm just saying she's really drunk and talking out the side of her fucking neck. She then decides to come and tell Lionel, she's yelling at him, basically telling him that he might want to get tested because Sayora has a disease, some sort of STD. For me, this was crossing a line. She does not know Sayora from anywhere. Sayora has not come on the show and even kissed or looked at a man. And for her to be saying that Sayora has STDs was just so below the belt and so disrespectful. Personally, if I was Sayora, I would have probably killed her. But Sayora was keeping her cool for the most part. I was actually really shocked when she was saying that. I was just like, okay, there's so many other things she could be saying, and she's literally saying Sayora has STDs. That is how you know that she does not even really have a real problem with Sayora. She just hates her because she's fucking whack. Like, she's definitely jealous of her, and she doesn't even know how to control it. She's so mad about it and she doesn't even know why. She doesn't even know why she hates Sayora. She's out here yelling that the girl has STDs. That's how mad she is, bitch. Like, really? Really? That's what we're doing now? Okay, cool. I just couldn't believe that. I'm just like, out of all the things that she claims to have a problem with Sayora about, she's gonna go and make up that the girl has STDs and tell Lionel to get tested? Like, come on now. Come on. It's a good thing that Lionel probably just... It's a good thing that Lionel knows Sayora and isn't just like some random, because that would have been really... That would have been even worse for Sayora, even more embarrassing. Like, who does that? I'm so disgusted by her. I am actually disgusted by her. You don't go around yelling that people have STDs if they don't have STDs. Even if they do have STDs, you don't go around yelling that and telling the person, you don't tell somebody's company that they should go get tested unless you personally know that the person has an STD because you contracted it from them as well. Like, come on. I just, ugh. So at this point, Lionel ends up getting up. I'm not sure why. I don't know if he was just getting up because he wanted to be able to, I guess, defend Sayora if the girls came in trying to jump her or something, which I would commend. If he wants to break up a fight, he can break up a fight. But security was on standby and they was ready for dead action. Okay? The situation basically got real ratchet. Homegirl was asking Lionel why he's standing up. Like, my nigga, you are coming at this man. You're coming at his girlfriend or his ex-girlfriend, whatever. You're being disrespectful. I wouldn't be surprised if my man got up too. Like, if he has to defend her, he has to defend her. Because you're clearly drunk. You clearly want to fight the girl that I like. So, obviously, I'm going to stand up and get in between you guys if I have to. I'm pretty sure he's willing to take a few hits for Sayora. She was trying to make it seem like he was getting up to fight her. And that is not the vibe I got off of him. I don't think that that's what his intention was. But she was just extra as hell that night, and oh boy. Yeah, after all that fucking commotion, it got to the point where, of course, they just told Lionel he got to go because it was getting way too intense. She was asking him why he's standing up. Security had to be on standby. And I think Lionel was actually going to spend the night, but because of all of the drama, they asked him to leave. I didn't think that was fair because he wasn't bothering anybody. Sayora definitely wasn't bothering anybody, but Kiara decided to make a big stink and she got her way, and I didn't like that at all. So then Kiara ends up going to argue with Sayora some more, and she's basically saying she's just jealous. You can just tell she's so jealous of Sayora. It's crazy to me because I told you guys last week, I think that Kiara she's pretty. I think she's pretty, but her attitude and the way she acts makes her ugly. Her wig makes her ugly. So I need her to like tone it the fuck down because she's a beautiful girl and she's not, like, the way she acts is not helping the situation at all. Like, if only I could be the life coach lady. Where's the life coach? Why is she not there from day one? The life coach should be live in, bitch. She should live there. Is she even gonna come? Anyway, she was calling Lionel. She's like, and you're weak ass nigga, and you're weak ass nigga. And Sayora was like, you don't know my nigga. And I was like, oh, Sayora's comfortable saying nigga. Okay. I personally didn't care because whatever, like, I don't care. It was at that point that I realized that, what's her name? Kiara was just yelling out things to yell them out. Like, she was just yelling out bullshit. She wasn't even, like, what did Lionel have to do with anything? She's like, in your weak ass nigga. And I was just like, okay, but you really don't know him. And what does he have to do with anything? Like, she was actually just mad for no reason and yelling at Sayora for no reason. She's definitely jealous 101. I'm so glad I don't know nobody like that. Like, ugh, these bitches, man. So she actually ends up slapping Sayora across the face. Y'all, Sayora is taking some serious abuse this season. I can't handle it. Like, she's getting so abused, it's not even funny. Some people are bothered by the use of the word nigga, not ER, but nigga, when it's not coming out of a black person's mouth. The fact of the matter is, as long as we are saying it, people are gonna feel that they can say it too. And I don't know, I just feel like there's so many other things we could be worrying about. That is the least of our fucking problems. Like, usually 9 times out of 10, if people are saying with the A, they're not saying it to be disrespectful. Y'all know everybody want to be cool. People want to say nigga. The only way we can stop people from saying nigga is if we ourselves are not saying nigga. And I say nigga all the time, so I can't be a hypocrite and request for people to not use it just because they're not black. So it is what it is. I don't care that Sayora was saying it. It's not a big deal to me. Some people may find it a big deal, but I'm just like, for what? Are you gonna fight her? Are you ever gonna run up on Sayora? No. So leave her the fuck alone. But she was saying it quite freely. She was. But I wasn't uncomfortable when she was saying it because I figured she just grew up saying it and she's probably only dated black guys and nobody's ever checked her on it. And she's just going to continue to live her life the way she wants to live it. And it is what it is. And obviously, where they're from, it's okay because nobody in that house checked her on it. I mean, she got slapped, but she didn't get slapped for saying nigga. She got slapped because Kiara wanted to slap that ass. So, whatever. If they're okay with it, I don't give a fuck. I ain't living with the bitch. Once again, we see that these hoes are mad whack, and Sayora and Kiara end up fighting again. Security didn't do too good of a job this time, and Sayora actually did get popped in her face, so she did have a little scratch between her eyes. Fran ends up icing her face for her with like a bag of peas or something, and yeah, like that was basically it. Because all this drama's going on, Kiana ends up crying because she feels bad that Lionel had to leave and that the drama was happening between her two friends, and she's a basket case, okay? So because of all the fighting, Kiara ends up having to go to a hotel for the night. She has to cool down. We don't know if she's going home or not. I hope she is because I really just don't like her. I think she's a bully. I think she's extra for no reason. Anyway, my conclusion for Kiara is that she's mean, rude, and ratchet. No shade, no tea. Oh, and mad. Mean, mad, rude, and ratchet. Yes. If I ever drop a mixtape, that's what it's gonna be called. Mean, mad, rude, and ratchet. I like that. It has a ring to it. When you're hashtagging it on Twitter, it'll be MMRR. Mean, mad, rude, and ratchet. Yo, the Masquerade palette is fucking my life up. Like, these colors, honey, and the quality is beautiful. So, as the world continues to turn, of course, 7 ends up picking a fight with Kiana after Kiara leaves for the hotel. She just kept repeating that Kiana wanted the drama and now she's crying now that the drama's here. And Kiana's like, what are you talking about? Kiana's like, okay, this is a new day. Kiana's like, that was yesterday. And I thought that was hilarious, but like, she's right. Like, she's like, we had a good day today. Exactly. Leave yesterday as yesterday. Like, who cares? The drama popped off already. She already had her drama. So I don't understand why they're trying to blame her for what's happening today. No, that's not how it works, okay? I don't agree with that at all. And I'm just like, yo, 7, why it had to be you, boo? Because you was cool. Like, I liked you. I thought you were chill. I thought she was down to earth. But she is not. She's a rude, mean, mad, ratchet bitch. I don't like her. But yeah, she was making absolutely no sense. She was blaming Kiana and saying that she's like, but you wanted this, you asked for this, you wanted this drama, now you're crying now that it's here, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, no, that is not what's happening. That's not what she's crying about. She had her drama. She made her drama with one person. She never told Kiara to jump in and go after Sayora. She didn't instruct her to do that. She did that on her own because she wanted to be some ride or die for no apparent reason. Why did she do that? I do not know. Nobody told Kiara to jump in and have her little qualms with fucking Sayora. Nobody told her to do that. So don't try to blame Kiana for another grown woman's decision. Like, that is what's pissing me off about this. And then all of a sudden, 7 tries to say that Kiana was disrespecting her, and I was just like, bitch, where? Like, she was really trying to make the situation about her. She really wants, I don't know who she's trying to prove something to. I don't know if it's all the big bitches back home that she was fighting with. She's trying to prove something to them now. Like, I don't understand where 7 is coming from with this new attitude and just why she's trying to fight with Kiana so hard. Like, I really feel like she's trying to prove something and I don't know what it is, and it's bothering me because I can't figure it out for the life of me. Like, there really is no reason in particular for her to be going so hard at Kiana. She's really trying her hardest to make this about her. But yeah, when she said that she doesn't take disrespect, I was just like, who disrespected her? When did Kiana ever disrespect her? Did I miss it? Somebody tell me in the comments what disrespect she was talking about, because I did not see Kiana disrespect her in any way, shape, or form. 7 is literally involving herself to involve herself. Like, who does that? 7 ends up on the producer phone, and she's basically begging them to let her and Kiana fight. I'm so confused by this. Like, I was like, what the hell is going on and why is this happening? Like, what the hell is really good right now? I was confused by it. I'm like, why the hell is she begging them to let her fight? And she's like crying because she's so angry. And I was just like, okay, 7, you're doing a little much. Like, there's no need for you guys to fight. I don't see what happened, where it happened, why it's happening. You just want to fight her for no reason. Like, there's absolutely no reason that she wants to fight this girl. And because of her outlandish behavior, she ended up having to go the night to or stay the night at a hotel because she was acting absolutely outrageous. I don't know if she was drunk or what. She didn't seem drunk to me, but she was definitely going fucking ham. Yeah, usually I cut these, but I forgot to, like, I cut a little bit off the end of the band, but I forgot to, so.
Shit is lit. Yeah, pretty.
So next week, Fran is going to turn up, honey. And I can't wait to see what she gonna pull out her little bag. I'm here for it 100%. I like to see a nice little white girl turn up sometimes, okay? That's basically it for this week. Let me know how you guys felt about this week's episode. Sorry that I uploaded it so late, honey, because child, it happened on Tuesday, and by the time this goes up, it's going to be Saturday. So I'm so sorry. I was just busy. And on the road, and yeah, that's my bad. But I will try to be on time next week. And that's it. So I love you all, and I will definitely see you in the next one.